6 months ago, 16 high schoolers set out to compete in Catalyst Outlast, and all semester we have watched the contestants play their hearts out for the chance at being the Outlast champion and the winner of $350. 12 of those 16 have fallen short one by one until tonight, when one of our final 4 will finally be crowned champion. Ben started his game with a bang by finding a hidden immunity totem at the purple camp right under the noses of the rest of his tribe. Even though he was seen as a constant target, his wielding of that totem has diverted the votes away from him, and now, for the first time in this game, he's playing without the totem in his pocket. Chloe has operated under the radar, receiving only 1 vote through the entire game thus far. Her ability to take the temperature of the tribe and align with the majority has kept her in the loop and in an influential position throughout the game. Jake Hooten linked up into a powerful majority alliance early in the game and has operated as the strategic force behind that group since. While his tight allies received most of the blowback from their moves, Jake quietly and strategically was the one behind many of those moves. And Will has proven his physical ability in this game, winning all but 2 individual immunity challenges to this point. His partnership with Jake has served as the dominant force in this game, and his social ability to keep those on the fringes of his alliance feeling as equal members has given him a strong following. Each of these 4 players have played diverse games, and tonight, one of them will leave as the one to outlast the rest. Tonight on Outlast.
I don't know what they'll do in the end, but just seeing who wins immunity, it's a big deal for me. If I pull this out, then I might be going to the last tribal without worrying about anything.
Because if I'm on the jury, I think Chloe wins. Because she's played the most.
I would think so.
She's played the smartest game.
Yeah, nobody has a vendetta against her right now.
Yeah.
I've been with the right people at the right time, and that's a really lucky situation to be in, whereas Lydia has been on the bottom the entire time, but she still made it to the end. So I guess just trying to convince people that I made the right decisions.
Welcome to your final individual immunity challenge. First things first, Hooten, I'll need to take that immunity from you. Thank you. Immunity for the last time, back up for grabs. Go ahead and introduce our jury. We've got Tess, Jack, Chuddy, Jenna, and Lydia voted out at the last tribal council here to observe. This immunity is maybe the most important one in this whole game. By winning today's challenge, you guarantee yourself a spot at final tribal council. For today's challenge, you will hook into a rope and run through a course, roping around trees and obstacles. Posted along the course are a number of symbols that you must remember so that when you get to the end, you can solve a gear puzzle. The first one to complete the puzzle with the symbols in the correct order wins immunity and guarantees themselves a shot to pitch their case in front of the jury at Final Tribal. Worth playing for? Yeah. All right, let's do it. With immunity and a guaranteed shot at the Final Tribal on the line. Survivors ready? Go! They take off. Will, Ben, Jake, and Chloe going for a chance at Final Tribal. They breeze right past the first symbol. Hopefully got it memorized. Will hops over the first wall. Ben hops over, all in a line, coming upon the second tree. They've got to move fast, but they've also got to remember those symbols. It's going to be tough. Might be time to make a move to pass someone if you feel like you're falling behind. It's all about balancing your speed and your ability to memorize. Everybody staying in the same line right now. Chloe dragging behind, but taking a little more time to figure stuff out. No one's tried to make a pass yet. Everybody taking their time. Chloe's starting to catch up. Will goes over a wall. Ben goes over a wall. Will starting to take some distance here. And now he's turning on the jets. He's gonna get his first crack at a puzzle. Will starts working on the puzzle. Ben starts working on the puzzle. Ben and Will working on the puzzle. Will wins immunity. Tough challenge, important competition. Will, congratulations, 4th individual immunity, come and get it. Will guaranteed a spot in the final 3. You cannot vote for him. The rest of you on the chopping block tonight. One of you will go home and come up just short.
I think a lot was riding on that win, and I was kind of expecting people to forget the sequence, so just a bummer. I feel like maybe a smart thing to do for Will would be to, I know this is crazy, but get Jake out, and they've been on alliance for so long, but I think in the end, if it was me, Ben, and him, I think he would get the majority of the votes. So it could go way differently than I expect.
But I don't know how this tribal's gonna go. I know Hooten's my strong teammate, but I also think he would be a very popular pick in the jury. So I don't know if I want to try and get Hooten out, try and get Ben out, or try and get Chloe out. That'd be a huge stab in the back because I've been with him since the start.
To be honest, I'm a bit nervous at this point because I know that me and Will have had a really, really strong alliance up until here, but I could see him try to pull Ben and Chloe to his side and maybe knock me out, and I would be way less of a threat. And he might want to get me off of his back right now.
Let's welcome in our jury for the final time before they will have a chance to speak. We've got Tess, Jack, Chuddy, Jenna, and Lydia voted out at the last tribal council. Here we are, final 4. Ben, from the very beginning of this game, you found a totem, put your name on the block by doing so. Did you think in the first few hours of this game that there was any chance you'd be sitting here final 4 with a chance to go final 3?
No way. Yeah, I felt like I wasn't very popular amongst the peoples, so yeah, I thought I was gonna get voted out pretty quick.
So what got you here?
I think it was good that the tribe I was in won a lot, so I wasn't really, there wasn't any pressure to vote someone out, and then I just made good alliances.
We've had 6 individual immunity challenges. Will's won 4 of them. Which of those, Will, do you think was the most important for you to have?
Definitely this final one. I think if there was ever a chance for a lot of unknown to be in a tribal council, I think it would definitely be this one. So it was a big security blanket just knowing that I have immunity.
Chloe, Will is guaranteed a shot at final tribal unless he decides to give it up. You have the chance to go to final if you survive this vote. Does sitting next to Will intimidate you?
Absolutely. Especially since he's won 4. I feel like that makes him a potential winner.
So I'm gonna ask all of you the same question. Other than yourself, who do you believe has the best chance of winning Outlast?
Will.
Hooten.
Will and Hooten, you said each other. You've been allies from the first moment of this game. You can't vote for Will tonight. The fact that you just said Hooten has the next best chance of winning, does that play into tonight's vote? Does that give you a reason maybe to send a vote his way even though you guys are close?
Yeah, I mean, it would give me a reason, but it was kind of weird because this last time hanging out at the camp, there really wasn't a whole lot of scheming. There wasn't a whole lot of planning, so we don't really know what's going to happen this time.
Hooten, would you say the same thing? Are you guys aligned in this, or is this more of a free vote than we've seen in a while?
I feel like going into it, we've had a plan, but obviously with immunities and everything, there is that unknown. You don't know if he could vote for me if he feels like I'm too big of a threat, and he might not be able to be the overall winner. I feel like we've had a strong enough alliance that he won't, but it could be a toss-up tonight.
Will, you have individual immunity around your neck tonight. Any chance you're going to give that to someone else?
I'll keep it.
That means it is time to vote. Chloe, you're up. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. Chloe. Ben. 1 vote Chloe, 1 vote Ben. Chloe. 2 votes Chloe, 1 vote Ben, 1 vote left. Next person voted out and last member of our jury. Chloe. You'll need to bring me your torch.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, Chloe.
Chloe, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Just like that, the final 3 is set. Congratulations, Hooten, Ben, and Will. You have done the name of the game, outlasted everyone else. You've made it as far as you can come in this game to the final 3. All of you will be headed to Final Tribal here momentarily, where you will have the chance to speak to the jury. When you head back on up to camp, you'll have a nice meal to celebrate with. Head on out.
I'm not gonna say I didn't expect it. I think what could have been a better move is if Will got Jake out. You win some, you lose some, and I lost this one. Hopefully next time it doesn't end like this.
Chick-fil-A! Let's go! Chick-fil-A! Got it! In my life. Oh my gosh.
I kind of banded up with Jake and Jenna to start, and we just kind of kept going. And we were a strong alliance, and we were able to take out the people that we wanted to take out. My mindset was, Will, you've just got to win the challenges. You've got to win the challenge. You've got to win the challenge. I mean, I won the four of the 6 challenges. If you can have a strong alliance and play the challenges well, you are very, very well off in this game. And I feel that I did that very well. I had a very strong alliance with Jake and Jenna, and I played the challenges well. So I think that is a big reason why.
I'm not gonna bring up that I'm a freshman because I feel like that won't help me. I think finding the totem was good for security because I felt a lot safer with the totem. Because if I found out people were gonna vote me off, then I could use it. I knew that Will and the 2 Jakes were pretty powerful players. So I had the idea of aligning with them because that would give me the biggest advantage. I think I'll win because I've made some good alliances, and I've made it this far by not just thinking of what's going to happen soon, but what's going to happen in the future.
Played this perfectly.
Not perfectly, but we played it well. It was a freaking fun game.
The game changer was that team swap. That's when all of the momentum shifted from purple to blue, and blue was the dominant team from then on out. And the merger, the first vote was the huge one because both alliances from purple and blue were going head to head. We won challenges. I feel like I got a pretty crucial one. Where I come in, I think I did a really good job playing like midfield basically. I don't think I was ever the target for anybody. I think I did a really good job of being in the middle ground of both alliances. I was definitely stuck in one, and I was happy with that one, but I think I played it off well. Overall, I think I played a really, really solid game, and I don't think I really made too many big mistakes.
Final 3, come on in. And now we'll bring in the members of our jury. We've got Tess, Jack, Chuddy, Jenna, Lydia, and Chloe voted out at the last tribal council. The jury has been sitting here for a few minutes or for a day,
and you all have been sending them either directly or indirectly over here, unable to explain yourselves on how you did that, why you did that, until now. Now is the precise point in this moment where the power in Outlast shifts from you over here to you over here. You now hold all the power in this game to reward someone with the title of Outlast champion. Lydia, why don't you go first and address the final three?
Okay. Well, first I just want to say congrats to you guys. You all played really well. But my question is for you, Will. You said it yourself in the last tribal council that if it wasn't going to be you who wins, you said Jake would be a really strong competitor, and he's sitting with you in the final three, so I just want to know why you brought him along.
The only reason I brought him along is because he was in my alliance, and I knew I needed him in order to get here. So I was willing to bring it down to me and him and Ben, because I knew if I got rid of Hooten, I might not be here. So I'd rather be here with him than not be here.
That good enough, Lydia?
Yeah.
All right.
Great job, everyone. I want to know, what have you done in this game to put someone else ahead of you?
I think the small group that we had at the beginning with me, Will, and Jenna, we were really, like, our mindset really wasn't on ourselves getting through. I feel like our mindset was we need to get this group of people through to get to the next round. Like, we weren't planning on, all right, so once we get to round 5, that's when we're gonna backstab them. You know, we were just in the mindset of, let's get these people to the next round.
Jake is very right in that, and there were several times where, coming from the purple side, we didn't know who they wanted to get out on the blue side. So I was concerned who was the threat, and there was a couple of times where I heard Jenna's name tossed around, and I was trying to figure out with Jake what we would do in regards of like how we could keep her in the alliance without getting her eliminated.
Individual challenges, I'm pretty sure everybody thought that Will was going to be a big threat and that he had a really high chance of winning. And so I think that being in an alliance with him, that I could have like left at any time and been like, okay, I want to get Will out because that'll help me. But because I was in an alliance with him, I decided to like help him out.
Jack, you satisfied?
Yeah, sure. Hooten, what's the biggest thing that you think you accomplished outside of the merge, like that you did on your own?
Making sure that I was up in the top of the challenges. So like when we were trying to, not just the merge, but in other challenges, I felt like I tried to put myself like out there. I wasn't trying to stay back.
I knew as soon as we got to the merge, I wanted to win the immunity challenges. That was like my one thing I wanted to focus on, because I knew as soon as I got the immunity necklace, I could not only keep it for myself, but if I knew I wasn't a target in anybody else's eyes, I could give it to Jake. I could give it to you in our alliance, and we would be fine.
So if you guys were choosing who would win, who would you pick and why? And you can't pick yourself.
For me, I would definitely go Will. I think he's been a leader from hour 1.
Yeah, I would definitely say Will because he's been a leader and he's done really well in the challenges, and especially when at the beginning when the blue tribe wasn't doing very well, he definitely stayed strong in that.
I think I said this at the last tribal. I think Alex asked who the biggest threat was, and I said Jake, because I think he's played a very good game. He picked strong alliances, and I feel like the way he approached how he was in his alliances was good, because not only was he knew he had a strong alliance, but he was also willing to go outside of his alliance and still be able to talk to the other people and listen to them.
Okay, good job, guys. I'm really proud of you guys. Made it to the final 3. That's really, you guys should feel accomplished. Okay, so my first question is directed towards Will and Jake. I was wondering who was the person who formed the alliance in the original blue tribe?
That honestly, it formed by itself, because when we were setting up camp, we had a group of 4 or 5 people that were talking, like we started talking and strategizing about the game pretty much immediately.
You could definitely tell as soon as we got into camp, you could tell who was ready to strategize and who was ready to work.
Okay, I have one more thing. You don't have to answer this, but who would you consider to be the leader of that alliance?
I'd say Will. Probably, yeah.
I guess I would, yeah, I guess I was the leader of it.
And I have one question for Ben. If you could choose to do anything differently in this game, what would it be and why?
A little more, I guess, self-control. There's kind of a little hyper towards the beginning around my tribe. So I think if I would have been smarter about that, probably would have helped me out a lot.
Jake and Revenge Jimmy Joe.
What was like your goal from the get-go? Was it straight to get the win? I mean, obviously it's to get the win, but like, were you guys going straight, thinking ahead all the way to the win?
As soon as I got to camp, I wanted an alliance. And it just worked out well the way the challenges went before the merge, and then the team swap and all that. So I was playing for an alliance, but also that was indirectly to get far in the game.
Day one, I had an early scare of getting out during one of our tribals. And so from that moment on, I just wanted to get to the next day. If I got to the next day, I would be happy. And that went along with trying honestly, it came down to get to the next competition, next challenge. Because if you do that and you win that challenge, you don't have to worry about going home.
Jury, everybody all set? Is that gonna do
One
it?
more question.
Okay.
This is, I guess, for Will and Jake, but was Ben in your guys' alliance the moment he got into the Blue Tribe again?
At first, obviously Ben was in Purple Tribe. And I had a solid tribe of me, Jake, and Jenna. So at first I wasn't just gonna be like throwing my trust out there to Ben. But I offered it to him, and kind of as it got late in the game, like after the merge, I started to trust him, and he was basically a part of our alliance. But there at the beginning, I felt like he was still on the outside, and I didn't know if his votes were gonna be what he was actually telling me, if he was just playing me, or what. So I didn't know what he was gonna do.
And for me, it was a big part of it came down to the idol that he had.
Yeah.
And I knew that that was super valuable. I would say, along with what Will said, the main one was me, Will, and Jenna, and then I would tack on Lydia to that. We, especially at the start, before we swapped teams, we really wanted to stay together because we were fully prepared for us to go into the next day with us four, and we felt really confident with that. And so it got lucky that we got Will, Jenna, and me on the same team again, and I would say that's what remained.
And just like that, it's time to vote. Each member of the jury will get up, cast their vote. Remember, this is the one time you want to see your names on those pieces of paper. Tess, you're up.
I think Will played a heck of a game, but at the end of the day, I really think Jake was under the radar. I think he really deserved the win.
Played an amazing game, won so many challenges. You had my back the whole time. Yeah, you were like just the definition of what an Outlast winner should be.
Ben, Will, Jake, congratulations on great games, making your way all the way to the final three. Jury, congratulations on great games on your own right. Congratulations on casting the votes in this urn that will choose the winner of Catalyst Outlast. Great game. Thanks so much for playing. See you in a few months.